Hi everybody, it's Debbie and I want to show you a technique using your siphon adapter. This is unbleached muslin, which I've drawn some wonderful little squiggles with some dish detergent that's going to make a mask on my fabric. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in some splashings. These are liquid acrylics that actually will make a permanent color on your fabric. I do use a stabilizer, but I'm going to put a few drops of this in. A few drops. I use the cup for this because I find that I don't use that much and that it really does help. Started just to show you. I'm taking my fingers, I'm coming up with the tip and the airflow. You'll see that there's air bubbles in the thing. That tells me I'm really close to getting it to siphon up. And you can hear it when it comes up, it goes. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put my piece up. I'm going to use this to block my color. It's just to hold it so that it doesn't go all over, because there is a little overspray with it. And you can see that I was spraying way over there, so you have to really aim down with it. If I hold it in tighter. And I'm spraying it in there, and I just use that to mask it off. If I want, I can actually go back. I could use my fingertips, or I could use the smaller piece on here to come out and give it a look. So my little orange is working, and I'll get that going. Just a little bit of orange here. Save it. There we go. To get rid of it all. It's just a little bit left in the cup. Okay. Once I've used up the ink, yay, see, all gone. All gone. I'm going to now go, because I want to tighten it up a little bit. And that's the nice thing about when you have the siphons, that you can lay down your colors. Then you can go back with your alcohol inks, which is really cool. And you can go in there and really do some definition work. Remember too that you do want to go back to your brass piece, and you want to make sure that you've seated your marker so it's not doing that. I'm going to pull it a little bit, then I'm going to put it back in, and I can tell, see the beautiful line with it? That's what I want. Because now I'm going to go and I'm going to, with my control, I can go in and really give some definition. Now remember, a lot of this is going to come off. But it gives me a way to really give it some of that extra that I want. And that's why I like to start and do my field with my majority of my work done with a siphon adapter. Then I come back with this, because even with the flowers, again, I'm just gonna pull up, push in, and you'll see when you've got it seated right, it makes that the color is just really, really nice and smooth. And so I'm going to go in here and just color in so it's at the same value. You could actually go in here, I know this is going to sound funny, but green works in here too. If you want to change the value of the flower, you can use green even though it's the opposite, because it'll give it that darkness. I'm going to go in with a purple marker though, a dark purple one. Let's see. And again, I'm going to push and pull until I have a really nice, and it's beautiful. So if you don't want to have the dots on it, start on the edge of your thing, then go around, and there you go. Don't be afraid to push your color. So we have that there. Like I'm telling you, do not be afraid to push color. People are so scared that they're going to overcolor. But if you don't push lights and darks, you're not ever going to have things that come to the forefront and the background. So again, we're going to see our marker. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go tight. I'm going to push that flower back. Background back. So it sounds funny, even though we have this done, and I want to show you the back side. You can see how it's well masked. It really is. So we're going to let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go and rinse it out, and I'm going to show you the finished product on this. Now, if you do want to let it, I've got something to show you too that helps, and this is a great tip. At least I love it, and I love the people at Rit Dye. I take Rit Dye. This is the dye fixative, and I'm going to spray it. Excuse me. Spray just a nice even thing. Don't forget to shut your bottle. And I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to put it in a plastic wrap in my microwave for 30 seconds. And then the ink is set. Then I can rinse it. So I'll be back with you as soon as this dries. I'll rinse it and go ahead and put it in to the microwave so that you can see what our finished result will be. I hope you enjoyed this tip. And again, my tip is use your siphon adapter. Learn how to use it. Use your alcohol inks, your Sharpies and things like that. But if you want to set dyes on fabric, this really does work. I know it's made for their dyes, but I find it works on the stuff I use on my fabric. So it might be something to try. And then the technique that we tried as well. So please bear with me until we do this again. Be back in 20 minutes. So our piece is now ironed, and again, you can go over with other colors if you choose to. I think I would go back over it, but depending on which side I want to use. This is nice, but then again, I really like this. I love the light color, so I may use this side, and I like it just as it is. So this is a technique for you. Use your siphon, use your alcohol markers, and have a great time with it. Thank you for joining me today. See you next Tuesday.